We are all looking forward to enjoying it. It is rocking here inside the T-Mobile Center, and we're so excited to announce that it has been extended through 2031, that the Big 12 Championship will be right here at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. And the fans have been loving it over the last 6 days, and we are ready to crown a champion tonight. Audie Crooks is at the center circle awaiting the Texas Longhorns to walk out onto the court. Iowa State was in this championship game last year, but they only returned one starter, Emily Ryan. It's 3 freshmen and a Division II transfer that are alongside Emily Ryan as they take on the number 5 ranked team in the country, the Texas Longhorns. And here we go as Texas and Madison Booker have the first possession of the Big 12 Championship final. Leah Moore gets away from her. Addie Brown steals it away as we'll take a look at the Iowa State starting lineup. The freshmen we talked about, Jackson, Brown, and Crooks. And then Bellinger is the Division II transfer from Truman State, all around the veteran point guard, Emily Ryan, and a turnover for Iowa State. We'll take a look at the Texas starting lineup as well. Everybody that follows Texas knows Rory Harmon, the preseason Big 12 Player of the Year, went out with an injury right before Big 12 play. Madison Booker has stepped into her role, and she has Jones and Moore inside. She has Gonzalez and Shea Holley on the outside with her. And some jitters here early, Cheryl.
No doubt about it.
Some turnovers.
No doubt about it. And Coach Finley said it best. We've worked way too hard. Go out, enjoy it, have fun. And in doing so, there's going to come a little nerves. A little bit. Just a few jitters, nerves.
Well, just yesterday, Iowa State, the number 4 seed, upset the number 1 seed, Oklahoma. Oklahoma won the regular season title in the Big 12, only lost 3 games all regular season, and Iowa State was able to defeat them rather easily, surprisingly, but it was a great work by Crooks inside and the guards. Now Iowa State just having a hard time getting it in, but Shaylee Gonzalez called for the foul.
You know, it's first of all, if you can hear this crowd, you know the crowd is all into it. The players are hearing it. The players are feeling it. Everybody's a little bit nervous. Just going to take a little time to settle in.
And they get the ball into Emily Ryan. It's going to be a chore just to get the ball in against this pressure defense. Shea Holley is defending Emily Ryan.
Texas is denying and pressuring the ball everywhere on the floor.
And Crooks misses her first shot. Jones there for the rebound. There'll be a little different looking defense on this end of the court. A lot of zone from the Cyclones, but a nice block shot against Booker.
And that's one thing Booker's going to look to do is penetrate and get in the paint, whether that's in transition or in half court.
Shaylee Gonzalez bringing it up. Shea Holley splashes down a three-pointer. She's been in double figures each of the 2 games here in Kansas City in the quarters and semifinals.
Yeah, Shea Holley doing what she does best, picking up where she left off. She had 11 points the other night. That's a big bucket for Texas.
Gets them on the board, calms things down a little bit, and there's another freshman. This is a tremendous freshman, Addie Brown, out of Derby, Kansas, who has been so good all year, the 2nd leading scorer for Iowa State.
Yeah, Addie Brown, and I don't know if we talk about Addie Brown enough because she is capable of carrying this team if she needs to. But to me, what's going to be important is you talk about freshmen, Audie Crooks, Addie Brown. Emily Ryan, as a leader for this team, is going to be crucial in just making sure everybody stays poised.
Booker got her first basket of the game. Texas up 5-2 early. There's Audie Crooks posting up Jones, and a travel before she makes her move. Vic Schaefer in his 4th season. They have been in each of the last 2 Big 12 championship finals. They won it 2 years ago. They lost to Iowa State last year. Ollie thought about it.
Sorry. And Iowa State coming out in their 2-3 zone. A big reason is trying to keep Audie Crooks out of foul trouble. She had 4 fouls in their game yesterday. It's going to be crucial that she stays on the floor.
Amina Muhammad picked up the foul. 2nd team foul for Texas.
Texas just picking up full court, pressuring the basketball, causing Iowa State a few problems getting into their half-court offense.
Muhammad defending the freshman. Big screen. Ooh, big screen by Crooks, but a bigger block on the back end.
Yeah, but Audie Crooks, not only does she score the ball and post up, but nice screen. Addie Brown doing a really nice job of using it, coming tight off of that screen.
18 seconds on the shot clock for the Cyclones. Bellinger picks up her dribble. Crooks going to work opposite side of the rim. No. Jones out in front. Everybody, there's a block by Addie Brown.
And Addie Brown comes down with a little smirk.
And she's at the top of the key, misses that. Addie Brown is 6'2" and has a terrific, strong body for a freshman. That's where her and Crooks, the 2 leading scorers for the Cyclones. Up high to Jones, and a whistle and a foul. They'll call that on Brown.
Yeah, Addie Brown just doing a nice job of going to get that from behind. I'm not sure I knew Addie had hops like that, Brenda.
Yeah, I know. We're learning new things as we see these freshmen emerge, right? Getting better every game.
Absolutely.
Taylor Jones, a 6'4", 5th-year senior from Forney, Texas, at the free throw line. She got into foul trouble early yesterday trying to defend Aoka Lee from Kansas State, so didn't play a lot in that game. But a lot of depth at the post position for Texas. Deanna Gaston, came in and played good defense against Lee.
You know, a key to defending a really good post player doesn't just start with the post. It starts with the guards. If you can get out and you put a lot of pressure on the guards, making it difficult for them to see inside, you're going to help your post player in defending that big.
Emily Ryan taking things into her own hands. Texas finished the Big 12 regular season in the number 2 spot. They lost a couple of times to Oklahoma. That's what dropped them to 2 as Booker knocks in her 2nd field goal, and Ryan just puts it out of the reach of Bellinger.
And that jumper by Booker is tough. Like, she's going left, and she stops on a dime and is able to just jump up over her defender and shoot it with her right hand.
Shea Holly will inbound it. So already 3 turnovers for the Cyclones. Notaboo into the game to replace Crooks for Iowa State. And it will stay on this end. Ooh. Bill Finley, the dean of Big 12 coaches, the all-time winningest coach in Iowa State history, regardless of sport.
One of the toughest things to do in a zone defense is to rebound the basketball.
Booker again! Booker is red hot to start things off.
That was sweet.
She's had a couple of mid-range jumpers, which are her strength, but follows that up with a 3-pointer. And that one gets away from Notaboo. Booker feeling it right now. She got another 9 points for the freshman.
Yeah, Iowa State, they're going to have to find, I know easier said than done, but they've got to find Booker in the open court. You can't allow her to bring the ball up and get that deep in the paint. She is going to hurt you every time.
A 7-0 run for Texas. Bellinger steps into a three, got it. Boy, what a big shot for Bellinger. This is a player that was playing at Division II Truman State, was an All-American for a couple of years, played 4 years, and is a grad transfer.
Iowa State was 12 for 23 from behind the arc in the last game. They're going to need a lot of that tonight against Texas.
Jones falling back, and good defense by Nadabu. Nadabu looking to hand off. Naimir Dew cutting off, and finally Emily Ryan comes to grab the ball.
Shay Holly is all up in Emily Ryan's grill right now.
Bellinger, 2 3-pointers in a row.
Let's go. I love how Emily Ryan just keeps her dribble, though. She doesn't pick up her dribble until she's ready to do something with it.
Holly missing. Naimir Dew, no. So Texas had a 7-0 run. Iowa State answers back with back-to-back three-pointers to draw within 4. It looked like they were in danger early, and those couple of three-pointers just lifted them right back in this game. Jones too strong, and a foul on the floor. 2:36 remaining in the first quarter. We've got a good one. Texas up by 4. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball, and Farmers Insurance. Get a quote at farmers.com.
Welcome back to the T-Mobile Center. Longhorns lead at 14-10. Freshman from Texas, Madison Booker, with 9 points, and her head coach surprised her with an award last week.
And a first in the history of the Big 12, you got Player of the Year.
Pretty special moment. If you might remember another 35 to also wear the Texas uniform, Kevin Durant. Madison actually picked that number because she was a huge fan of KD back in the day. They have got a chance to meet over the summer. Huge award, though, for Madison Booker, the first freshman to win the award in this league.
Yeah, she has just been remarkable. You know, when Rory Harmon went down, she basically had 3 days to get ready to shift to the point guard position.
It's amazing to think about how much she's grown in a short period of time as a freshman, because stepping up playing point guard is tough on any team, and playing for Coach Schaefer is a completely different level.
No doubt.
Because she has handled it remarkably.
Booker has 9. She scored the last 7 points for Texas. And Aaliyah Moore is fouled. She's fouled by Crooks. Her first foul. And so it sends Aaliyah Moore to the free throw line. Moore has been fantastic here in the Big 12 championship. 19 points in the quarters against Kansas. 14 points and 8 rebounds in the win over K-State. She misses the first free throw. Well, the Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Championship started today, earlier today. UCF and Cincinnati with victories to move them to the second round tomorrow, and the quarterfinals the day after that. So the women have been here since last week, last Wednesday. We're wrapping up tonight, and the men come into the T-Mobile Center.
And the men's tournament is going to be exciting, just like this one.
And great hands by Taylor Jones, as Crooks had already picked up a foul, and they went right at her inside. Emily Ryan, the all-time assist leader in Iowa State history. She surpassed that in the quarterfinals in their win over Baylor. As they go to Crooks. Boy, Crooks had Jones buried, but maybe a little too fast on that shot.
Yeah, great position by Audie Crooks. She's got to get a little bit more height on her shot with Jones defending her.
Crooks decides to throw one up from three-point range, and right away knew that wasn't a good idea. Well, Emily Ryan has just surpassed Lindsay Metters Finley, a terrific guard for Iowa State from 04 to 07. Emily Ryan now has the all-time record for assists in a Big 12 tournament over the course of 8 games. So Lindsay Metters was one of those terrific point guards. Bill Finley's had a lot of them over the years, but Emily Ryan now all-time leader in a career assist and also career assists at the Big 12 tournament. Madison Booker is in double figures already. The moment is not too big for this player of the year in the Big 12.
Madison Booker is playing like she is in, let me show y'all why I was the co-player of the year. Unbelievable.
So Crooks pushed off the block a little bit. Hasn't scored yet. She's 0 for 4. She leads this team with over 18 points a game. Bellinger misses. Texas only makes 4 3-pointers a game on average. They've already made 3 today. They are 3 for 3 from distance. Madison Booker, a big part of that. She drives in, takes it right inside, can't score it, and that's the way the first quarter will end. Madison Booker, player of the year in the Big 12, off to a hot start with 12 points in the early going. Iowa State battling to try to get their 3rd straight win over a ranked team for a title. A title on the line tonight. The new 4-year partnership with the NWSL. There's the beautiful new stadium for the Kansas City Current and a virtual scarf, as there will be scarves handed out throughout the league this year. That stadium here in Kansas City is the first of its kind. The first purpose-built stadium for a women's team, and they're making history, and it's going to be a terrific season as this Saturday is the first game in that stadium right here in Kansas City. And Booker, off to a great start in the first quarter here, has already scored 12 points, Cheryl.
Yeah, Madison Booker, more points than the Iowa State team because she is just flat out getting it done, getting in the paint, nice jumpers, stepping out, hitting threes. Madison Booker came to play.
Starting the second quarter, Booker has scored 10 of the last 12 points for the Longhorns. Audie Crooks has not scored yet for Iowa State. And Emily Ryan can't get her the ball because Shea Holley is all over her, and jump ball will go possession arrow Texas.
Well, the reason why, and Emily Ryan's really looking to get the ball inside, the reason why she can't get the ball in the paint, it's because the guards are putting so much pressure on the perimeter that it's impossible to get the ball inside to Crooks.
Shea Holley, one of the All-Big 12 defensive team members, to go along with her honor as an All-Big 12 honorable mention. And she has the task of defending Emily Ryan. Kelsey Jones blocked. And here's what happened during the quarter break. And we got to tell you, we've gotten a chance to really hear from Audie Crooks while we've been here. She is such a bubbly personality. She's a musician. She does all this stuff. She's just a cool kid. And it's good to see her smile as she's been frustrated here early.
Well, and Coach literally knows she's still a freshman. She's a pretty good freshman, but he is just using that opportunity to tell her it's okay, right? Like, you got this. We still have a lot of basketball to go. Just go do what you've been doing all season.
Pellinger turns the ball over. She had an offensive foul on the other end. Booker, oh, that one doesn't go. Offensive rebound by Moore, and she's fouled. And then Gaston goes to the floor hard. And that's a big foul for Iowa State as Addie Brown picks up her second. 2 points, 2 fouls for the second leading scorer for the Cyclones. Aaliyah Moore at the free throw line. Moore missed both of her free throws earlier. Got that one. Well, ESPN has you covered all day long this weekend on Selection Sunday. It all starts at 6 Eastern with Sports Center. Reese and the crew look at the men's field of 68 as the brackets are announced. That's followed by bracketology at 7 with breakdowns of each region. Then at 8 Eastern, the women's field of 68 is revealed with bracketology following that. Can't wait.
I always love this time of year. Just curious to see who goes where, what the seeding is.
And it looks like the projections are 7 teams out of the Big 12 will go. It will be interesting to see the seeding, and we'll talk about that more as we get into the game.
This defense that Texas came out to play with today has been stifling.
What a shot from Shaylee Gonzalez over Notabu. A 9-0 run for Texas.
And it all starts with the defense. Shay Holly has been a problem on the defensive end.
Emily Ryan looking for some space, can't score over Gonzalez. Of course, Vic Schaefer's teams have always been known for their defense. Their offense has been really good this year too, and it's good so far today. And Bill Finley calls a timeout. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. All right, thank you, Zubin. Looking forward to that conversation because I know earlier Charlie Cream had said he didn't think Texas could move up to a #1 seed, but the way they look right now, they look all of that.
And then some. Texas right now looks like a #1 seed to me. And here's the problem with what Iowa State is trying to do offensively, and Rebecca said it also. Iowa State can't even get it in offense because of this defense that Texas is playing.
Emily Ryan finally saw a little light, tried to fire it up, couldn't get it to go down.
And then in that little light, you have to rush it because you know someone from Texas is coming right behind you.
Shay Holly, no. Crooks back in the game. And Emily Ryan. When Texas doesn't make a basket, they can't pick up full court, so at least Emily Ryan could bring the ball up, but it's just finding Crooks inside, finding offense, and Crooks getting sped up here early, 0 for 5.
So for Audie Crooks right now, it's very important that she doesn't lose her confidence. It's very important that she doesn't get so much in her head that she takes herself out of the game.
And a foul called on Ariana Jackson for Iowa State. And the Iowa State fans are saying, wait a minute, that's how Texas is playing defense against us.
Oh, that could have been an offensive foul.
Gonzalez wrapping her arm around, but the foul was called on Jackson, the freshman for Iowa State. Gonzalez rings up a three-pointer.
Texas right now, they are just clicking on all cylinders, and not just on the offensive end. The offense is there, but I am more impressed by the defense that Texas is playing right now.
It's absolutely suffocating as they just block the shot from Addie Brown. Booker rises up. And Addie Brown back into the game with 2 fouls, but she's stripped by Madison Booker. She's got 2 fouls, so Booker makes it all the way to the rim. A 16-0 run for Texas. And Shea Holly called for the blocking foul. Let's take a look at Gonzalez.
Well, Gonzalez, you see Gonzalez right here on the left side of the floor, acting like she's going to get the ball from Madison Booker. She runs the baseline. Nice screen set here for a wide open 3. Beautiful basketball.
And finding a way to score against that zone. Nadu into the game. She sets a screen for Brown. I thought Brown might have had Nadu on the roll. And a shot clock violation for Iowa State. You have to be decisive. If somebody's open, you have to get them the ball.
Immediately. Because they're only going to be open for a split second. And I am so impressed by how Texas came out from the very beginning of the game, being aggressive defensively. They decided they were going to set the tone on the defensive end and not let Iowa State breathe, and they haven't let up on the defensive end.
Short on the attempt inside. Iowa State has not scored yet this quarter. Their last score was at the 3:25 mark in the first quarter. Kelsey Jones, the younger sister of Ashley Jones, the Big 12 Player of the Year that graduated last year. And Booker picks up the foul, but this Texas defense has been something else early.
Defense is all about effort and want to, and being very active with your hands. And Texas, screens come, they're switching everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a big on a guard on a big. They are switching everything and making it impossible for Iowa State to get in a half-court set. And if and when they do, they only have about 5 seconds on the shot clock.
That's only 2 team fouls for Texas. As Crooks leans in and finally gets her first basket of the game and says, let's go.
She said, and 1, count that.
Okay, you're a better lip reader than I am.
Or let's go, same difference.
Well, that's got to give a little life to Iowa State. But Gaston trying to quiet the crowd as she is so active on the board. She's the all Big 12 6th Player of the Year, even though she missed a significant part of the season with injury, and she picks up the foul on Dew.
Deanna Gaston could give lessons on offensive rebounding. She just hunts the basketball.
So Deanna Gaston at the line, her first trip to the free throw line for Texas. And she misses the first. Well, the ACC men's tournament also starting today. 3 games already in the books as the winners advance to the second round Wednesday and the quarterfinals on Thursday. The double bye for the top 4 seeds there in the ACC. And back to action here. Gaston converts on the second free throw. And Emily Ryan is not in the game right now, getting a little bit of a breather, so that means Ariana Jackson, the freshman, will have to be defended by Shea Holly.
You see the switch. Booker got stuck on the screen, and they just immediately switch it.
And Shea Holly picks up her second foul, trying to deny the ball to Jackson.
And let's also talk about the length of this Texas team. Shea Holly, not very tall, but just her length, being long, being active on the perimeter. And then you have Muhammad, Gaston, Booker.
Holly will take a seat with the 2 fouls. She is replaced by Jackalinga Mwinintanda. The steal from back Gaston. Easy hoop on the other end. Ten turnovers now for the Cyclones have turned into 13 points at the other end for Texas. Crooks is fouled by Gaston, and Crooks kind of smiles and says, yeah, that's what's been happening. But look at the steal from Gaston.
Deanna Gaston just getting out in passing lane, taking it the length of the floor for an easy 2. Not only are the Texas guards out in the passing lane denying the pass, the post players are doing the exact same thing on the low block.
So that's the first foul for Gaston, and it's 14 fouls for Texas, which is notable because Iowa State is the #1 free throw shooting team in the conference. So as physical as Texas is being, you don't want to send Iowa State to the free throw line and allow them to shoot free throws without guarding them.
No, absolutely not, because Iowa State, that's the way they can get back in the basketball game.
And that's what happened against Baylor the other day. Baylor was being very physical, and with about 5 minutes to go in the game, Iowa State started shooting free throws and made their free throws down the stretch and ended up coming from behind to beat Baylor because of it.
Well, and with 2.5 minutes left in the half, if Iowa State can put a few buckets together, try to cut it to 10 before the half, they'll be right back in the game.
I saw Coach Rory Harmon on the bench over there behind. There's Rory. We sure miss her on the court. She has been so dynamic here at the last 2 Big 12 championships. Of course, she tore her ACL at the end of December, but her rehab is going extremely well. And she's doing a lot of coaching on the bench, which is fun to see.
It's just good to see her just back out on the court.
Jackson missing that one. 2.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Crooks posting back up, fades away, short. And Booker waiting for her teammates. Under 2 minutes to go. What a first half for the Texas Longhorns. Moore gets her own rebound and draws a foul. Let's go to Chris Budden on the sideline.
Yeah, you mentioned Rory Harmon growing into that Coach Harmon role. She actually got a gift from some of the grad assistants with a notebook, and on it says, Coach Harmon, everyone has raved just about her leadership on the sidelines. When you watch after a big play, if there's a timeout, she's the first one inside that huddle congratulating everybody.
Well, Rory, Coach Schaefer talked about the importance of Rory and how every single player on this team respects her. So there's no surprise that she has her Coach Harmon notebook. And as much as she is enjoying that role, you know where she really wants to be.
Absolutely. Coach Schaefer joked the other day, I haven't heard you lately, Rory. She says, well, we're playing pretty good.
And she's been pretty quiet today.
No doubt. No doubt, as you see the disparity in free throws right now, as Iowa State has not shot a free throw yet in this game. Next foul that Texas commits will send Iowa State to the free throw line. As Women's Honda fouled, I believe it will be Ariana Jackson that will go to the line. Bill Finley knew they would get a lot of pressure defense. The only time these two teams played was just a few weeks ago in Austin. Texas won that game 81-60.
That's always been the type of team that Coach Schaefer has had, a defensive-minded team.
First two free throws of the game for Iowa State, and Jackson converts both of them. Moore at the free throw line, got it.
And Aaliyah Moore the entire time was talking to Booker, telling her to reverse it to the other side. Because when she reversed the basketball, the defense shifted, allowing Moore to flash to the high post for a wide open jumper.
Emily Ryan inside to Crooks, who had great position.
Okay, let's go.
And so now, after Crooks missed her first 5 or 6 shots of the game, they've started getting the ball to her in better position. And there have been a few fouls called on Texas, so they've had to kind of lessen up the pressure that we've seen.
Yeah, so the guards especially can't get out in pressure like that.
But Gonzalez and Texas keep shooting lights out. That's 5 of 6 from beyond the arc for the Longhorns. Shot clock and game clock are just about exactly the same. This is the largest deficit of the season for Iowa State. Kelsey Jones hits a big three before the halftime buzzer. Will that give Iowa State a little lift going into the halftime locker room as they've been able to knock down 3 three-pointers in the first half? Chris Budden is standing by with Coach Schaefer.
Coach, will start on the defensive end to hold them to 21. What have you liked on that end of the floor?
Just pure guts, energy, toughness, competitive spirit. It's what Texas fight's all about.
20 minutes until a championship. What will be important in the second half for your ladies?
Got to play the same way. I mean, they're not going to not come out the second half. We got to play the same intensity, the same focus, and the same fight. But I love what we've done so far for half.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, praise the Lord and hope home.
Vic Schaefer and the Texas Longhorns up 40-21 at the half here in Kansas City. Well, now let's get you back to Zubin Mehenti and Rebecca Lobo in the studio for the halftime report. We're inside the T-Mobile Center where the Texas Longhorns had everything going in the first half, leading 40-21. And now for tonight's expert moves brought to you by Principal.
Madison Booker was just getting it done from everywhere on the floor. 14 points in the first half. She was scoring from every spot on the basketball court. But it wasn't just the offense that Texas had going. Their defense was stifling. Everybody working on all cylinders, just getting it done, pressuring the basketball everywhere on the floor. Madison Booker, another steal. Texas was everywhere, causing Iowa State so many problems in the first half.
She led the way with 14 points, but Texas was 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, plus 14 paint points. And let's go to Chris Budden, who spoke with Coach Finley.
Yeah, Bill Finley's comment to his team was just enjoy this, smile. He said, if this is the worst time of your life, and you've led a pretty good life up until now. So he started to see some of that from his group towards the end of the first half as they started to settle in, particularly from Monty Brooks. He was happy that she wasn't just taking her first look, she was positioning herself better, Brenda.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. And yeah, at this point, you got to just relax and smile and try to do the best you can if you're Iowa State. It was a rough first half for the Cyclones.
Well, I know it's easy to say relax, right? And they should try to do that. But with the type of pressure defense that Texas played that first half, it's kind of hard to do that.
It sure is. I mean, they could barely breathe. Aaliyah Moore picked up her first foul. Iowa State is a team that typically takes good care of the basketball. As Crooks scores inside, they average under 16 turnovers a game. They had 10 in the first half. But that's a good sign for the Cyclone offense to get the ball into the hands of Crooks, who now has 8 points. Moore posting up Jackson, passes to Jones, no.
And Iowa State, if they can just find a way to put a couple of possessions together where they're scoring, they're going to find themselves right back in this basketball game, but they can't turn the ball over.
Well, you just can't lay it out there because hands are all over the place to make it difficult to get the ball inside to Crooks. Jones puts the ball on the floor. And it's stolen by Emily Ryan. It's a foot race. Ryan, no. She was in too big of a hurry being chased by Moore, but Gonzalez and Jackson slow to get up off the floor. They did get the ball inside to Audie Crooks on their first possession.
Yeah, well, Audie Crooks picking up where she left off in the first half. Nice little turnaround jumper over Jones.
Yeah, she scored 23 points in the quarterfinals against Baylor, 25 against Oklahoma. She has been in double figures 29 straight games this year and over 20 points 15 times. And today, so far, just 8 points, but she started off 0 for her first 6. Since then, she started putting it together.
Well, again, as a freshman, this is a big moment. And as much as we talk about how great Audie Crooks is, she's still a freshman, and she needed some time to adjust, and she is finding that rhythm now on the offensive end.
Booker out top to Gonzalez. Boy, the three-pointers are going down for Texas. 6 of 7.
Brenda, you and I were talking at halftime, and I said, I haven't seen this Texas team all season. And what I mean by that is this Texas team on both ends of the floor just causing havoc on the defensive end. I absolutely love to see a team be able to turn their defense to offense. And Madison Booker finding Gonzalez from deep behind the arc for 3.
Yeah, Texas is shooting about 36% from three-point range, which is a solid three-point percentage, but they only make 4 three-pointers a game. I mean, it's not a big part of what they do, and they've already made 6 in this game.
And Coach Schaefer talks about his defense and how they're playing hard and they're causing turnovers everywhere. But you love to see this from your team getting ready to head into postseason play, clicking on all cylinders.
Booker with another basket. And Addie Brown had to go to the bench for Iowa State because she picked up her 3rd foul. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Jackson on an illegal screen. That's her 2nd.
Iowa State back in their 2-3 zone defense.
There's that short corner, and Madison Booker loves that spot.
Yeah, Madison Booker does a nice job of just finding the open spots in a zone. And lots of times it's not the middle of the paint. That short corner, she is deadly from that short corner.
Saw the graphic pop up there. 17 points off turnovers for Texas, none for Iowa State, as Emily Ryan finally slipped to the basket around the tough defense of Shea Holly.
It's probably the easiest shot Emily Ryan's had all night long.
steal by Jackson.
Madison Booker trying to post up Jackson in that zone defense.
Only 5 turnovers for Texas in this game. Crooks is calling for it. She wants the ball.
That'll work.
Goes to the opposite side. And she's got 12 points now.
I think she liked that one a little bit. Audie Crooks is that good. You know, it's just a matter of time before she finds her rhythm and is able to knock down some shots.
Good closeout by Jackson to not allow Gonzalez that 3. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 3 seconds on the shot clock and a turnover. Back-to-back turnovers for the Longhorns.
Audie Crooks making a difference on the defensive end this half, too.
Notaboo checks in for Crooks. As it looks like Crooks will get a few extra seconds before the media timeout coming up. And the full court pressure from the Longhorns. Picks up her dribble. Boy, Shea Holly had her arm wrapped around Emily Ryan. She steps back to 3 and nails it.
It's a big bucket. Emily Ryan is a competitor.
Emily Ryan did not lose a basketball game in high school. She went 104-0. So you know she does not like to lose. Gaston back irons it. Ryan chases it down, and it will stay Texas basketball. We have a timeout on the floor.
And the 2 freshman stars in tonight's game have come to play. Madison Booker with the smooth reverse layup. I see you. And Audie Crooks just getting it done. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Going to Mexican restaurants with her, despite the fact that he doesn't even like Mexican food. But he said they fit us perfectly, position-wise, time-wise, in our roster perfectly. That never happens. It wasn't like he said he got 3 quarterbacks and 2 had to be backups. We got 5 ladies that can all be out there on the court at the same time.
That's fantastic. You know, you got to do what you got to do when you're recruiting, right?
I was going to say Mexican food's probably his favorite food now.
For sure. Shaylee Gonzalez short, and then a foul on the floor as Gaston goes for the rebound. It's going to be on Notaboo. A 7-0 run here in the 3rd quarter for Iowa State. They've made their last 4 field goals, and they've been getting the ball inside to Audie Crooks. Got it. Good patience for Texas.
Yeah, that possession, I'm not sure Iowa State understood if they were in a man or a zone, because Jackson kept running around trying to figure out where she was supposed to be, leaving more wide open for a short corner jumper.
Jackson knocked down in the lane, slow to get up. Crooks working hard on Gaston. And a blocking foul on Deanna Gaston. They were battling the entire possession. That's her second foul.
Crooks is just going to work in the paint, though.
And you can see Crooks landed hard and asking for the floor to be wiped up.
Yeah, if Audie Crooks is going to work that hard in the paint and get that good a position, you have got to get the basketball to her.
How hard is that with the way the ball is being pressured on the guards? How hard is it just to see inside?
Well, that's why Texas was so good the first half. Because the pressure they were putting on the guards, they couldn't get the ball to her. But another thing that Iowa State could do, use ball fakes. Fake one way. My coaches say fake a pass to make a pass.
Addie Brown back in the game. She's got 3 fouls. Shot clock down to 12. Kelsey Jones is in. Nice bounce pass to Crooks. Great patience, and there's the react.
Yeah, come on, Audie. I just love how she plays with so much fun. Big girl, I see you going to work. That's a nice shot fake. Getting past and up in the air to go up and finish. Audie, she loved every bit of it.
She sure did. You know, Audie Crooks last year was in Iowa, in Algona, Iowa, a very small town, at a 1A school. That's the smallest classification. They won the state championship at Bishop Garrigan. Actually won it the last 2 years in a row. And now here she is in the Big 12 championship final.
Well, no question, no doubt, she knows what it takes to win big ball games.
And that one gets away from Emily Ryan.
Oh, if they could have found a way to score on that possession.
Hannah Bellinger returns for Iowa State.
So Ryan will take a quick breather. Booker going to work. Knew it was off right away, tried to chase it down, but Brown rebounded. Iowa State has an opportunity here. Boy, that ball was just behind Bellinger. She would have had an open 3.
And the way she shot the ball in the first half, give her a better pass, that's a catch and shoot.
Big block from Taylor Jones, not allowing Crooks to go up. And Iowa State just hasn't been able to get closer than 15. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Gonzalez with the floater, no. So Iowa State's been able to get some stops, but they've got to find a way somehow to score against this Texas defense.
Because in the first half, that's not what they were able to do. Texas was coming down, scoring the basketball almost every possession. And then the defense they were playing. So Iowa State, they have to find a way to get a bucket.
There we go.
Let's go, Jackson.
It's a 12-point ball game.
And the Iowa State fans are just waiting for something to cheer for.
Crooks knocks it away. Texas led by as many as 22 points. Iowa State has cut it to 12. Bellinger puts the ball on the floor, looking for some help. 7 on the shot clock. Brown hesitates, blocked, and no foul. 1.1 seconds on the clock. They're going to say Iowa State basketball. Let's look back at that 3 from Jackson.
Yeah, Ariana Jackson just spotting up, knowing where she is behind the arc. That's pretty.
Jackson goes inside and is knocked away by Booker. Shot clock violation. A lot of fans made their way down from Ames, Iowa, voicing their displeasure. It's about 4 hours down I-35 to get from Ames to Kansas City. And a lot of folks made that trip. 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Booker looking over to Vic Schaefer for instructions.
Texas running a 1-4 flat. Let Booker go to work.
And she does. And she scores. Just the way Coach Schaefer drew it up.
It's nice to be able to say, this is what we're running. Give the ball to Booker and Madison Booker. I see you, freshman. She is just so good. 1-4 flat action. That's night-night. Madison Booker is nice.
This is the Big 12 on ESPN. Welcome back to the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri. It's the Big 12 Championship Final. We're about to start the fourth quarter with Texas up 51-37. Madison Booker's been averaging over 20 points per game in Big 12 play, and she's already hit the 20-point mark in this game.
And we have 10 minutes to go.
You know, and the good news for Iowa State is they outscored Texas 16-11 in the third quarter. The bad news is Madison Booker really stopped their momentum with that 1-4 low jumper to end the quarter.
Yeah, for Iowa State, just when they are starting to get something to go, right? They're starting to click a little bit, knock down some shots. Madison Booker comes down and says, not so quick.
And they get an offensive rebound here. Booker again.
Nice little hezzy, little head fake. I see you, Brenda. I see you. God, that girl is good, y'all. Like, I've seen her play on television. If you have not seen Madison Booker play in person, she's way better in person. I don't know if that makes sense, but she's way better in person than she is on TV.
They go inside to Jones, who's able to go up over the front of the rim. So Iowa State had closed the game to within 12 points, had all the momentum in the arena, and with that Booker shot at the end of the quarter and then a couple of more baskets, it's an 18-point lead for Texas. Crooks finally gets the first basket of the quarter for the Cyclones. And a timeout on the floor. Texas leading by 16. Our next NBA Wednesday doubleheader starts in Miami with the Heat hosting the Denver Nuggets at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. That's followed by LeBron and the Lakers in Sacramento squaring off against the Kings. Coverage tips off Wednesday night with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. Welcome back to Kansas City, to the T-Mobile Center. It's the Big 12 Championship Final. We're in the fourth quarter. That young lady, Madison Booker, has been everything as advertised. The co-Big 12 Player of the Year has 22 points to lead the Longhorns as they have the advantage on Iowa State to the tune of 16 points right now. And there she is, baseline, boom. And Jones is slow to get up from the floor. Taylor Jones holding the back of her head. Let's see what happened. Oh! A forearm from Crooks right in the back of the head as she was trying to get around Jones. Jones staying on the court. And she and Audie Crooks are actually talking to one another right now. An offensive foul called on Emily Ryan. A frustration for Texas defense has been all over her tonight.
Everyone has, in particular, Shea Holly. Shea Holly has given Emily Ryan fits tonight.
That one misses. Ryan to Brown. And then an illegal screen called on Emily Ryan. Pretty remarkable that the facial expression didn't change at all for Emily Ryan. As frustrated as you know she has to be at this point.
Absolutely. Being the leader of this squad, she can't wear her emotions on her shoulders because she has so many young players looking up to her.
Yeah, that's a great point. Aaliyah Moore from the free throw line. And now Taylor Jones holding her ankle. And hobbling off the court.
Shea Holly picking Emily Ryan up full court, not giving her any room to breathe.
Brooks gets the ball inside on Gaston, and she is fouled. You know, Shea Holly was named to the All Big 12 defensive team. Her dad was a defensive football player for the University of Texas, and the Kansas City Chiefs were right here in Kansas City. He was a defensive end. You think he maybe taught all that toughness to Shea Holly?
Probably so, just a tad bit.
Gaston picked up her 4th foul, and she is being replaced by Hattie Pye. And it will send Audie Crooks to the free throw line. Iowa State has just been to the free throw line 3 times this entire game, as Crooks connects on that one. The ACC men's tournament started today. 3 games in the books already. The winners will advance to the second round tomorrow. The quarterfinals are on Thursday. It's Champ Week. It is that time of year.
It is. It's the best time of year, not just because of basketball. Do you know why else, Brenda?
Chris Budden is standing by, has more on Shea Holly.
Yeah, you're talking about her defense. She also knows a thing, too, about speed. She would go in and condition at 6 a.m. in the morning during the preseason and worked on her mile speed. She would actually run with her sports information director, Jeremy. How about this? She went from 5-minute, 43-second mile the first day. 4 weeks later, she shaved 20 seconds off her time. A sub-5:30 mile.
That's amazing. And I know Jeremy Rosenthal, the sports information director for Texas, loves to get out and run, and he takes a lot of pride in that the endurance and the speed that Shea Holly has.
And that's why she's able to play the type of defense that she's played the entire game.
Going to the floor, Crooks able to secure it. From the corner, got it. She had those 2 3-pointers early that kind of kept Iowa State in the game early, but she hasn't had any open looks since then.
No, and that's a big bucket for Iowa State.
Tipped away right into the hands of Moore, though.
When it's going your way, it's going your way.
Yeah, Iowa State able to get a little hand on it, but Moore was ready. Iowa State has 18 turnovers in this game.
Yeah.
A foul called on Iowa State. Shea Holly and her defense has been incredible tonight.
Yeah, just stifling. Pick up the ball. She's all over it. Just ball pressure, being long, getting over ball screens, not running into the screen. Shea Holly has single-handedly given Iowa State nightmares. She's just been all over the place defensively.
Foul on Hattie Pye going around Crooks. That's the 3rd team foul for the Longhorns. The block shots, the steals, the conversions with 23 points off turnovers for Texas. Crooks finally able to get the ball inside, and a nice little fadeaway jumper.
Crooks not only just getting on the block, scoring through contact, but a nice fadeaway.
Shea Holly, and there's that endurance coming into play.
Shea Holly, I am a fan.
She's got a nice jumper too. Crooks again, and she's fouled this time. You know, Audie Crooks started 0 for 5. It took her a while to get adjusted, but since then, 9 of 11 from the block, and now she gets a trip to the free throw line, gets a chance to catch her breath, the clock stops, and she can put a couple of points on the board.
Yeah, I go back to the beginning of the game and talking about just her being a freshman and being young and playing in this moment, how big it is. So just a matter of time before Audie Crooks settles in and is able to make a difference in this ball game.
Third foul on Patty Fye, and Crooks makes the first, misses the second. Iowa State, last year's Big 12 tournament champion. Texas had won the year before, so it was an opportunity last year that Iowa State dethroned the champ. Well, Texas going to try to return the favor this year. Good rebound. And Booker misses one. You didn't feel like she's going to make every shot she puts up. Behind her back, out to the top of the key, short for Crooks. And Vic Schaefer says, hold up. We've got time on our side right now. We need to use the shot clock. Oh, a little head and shoulder fake. Booker loses the handle, but gets it out to Shea Holly. Battling for the ball. And Jalen Bristow comes away with it. 4 minutes to play. A big uphill for Iowa State, and then Crooks commits the foul, knocking Hattie Fye to the floor. Timeout on the court. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball. Hall of Famer Jody Conrad. She has been a mainstay here at the Big 12 tournaments over the year. Of course, before Texas was in the Big 12, they were in the Southwest Conference. She won 9 tournament titles. She won the first of those 2 Big 12 championship titles. And of course, this is the last year that Texas will be in the Big 12 conference, and we will certainly miss her being around here on the sideline of Big 12 games. But watching Vic Schaefer and his success as they go over to the SEC, just a remarkable career, and it's so good to see Jody Conrad continue to come to these games.
Absolutely. Jody Conrad, one of the best to ever coach in women's basketball, and it's so nice to see her continue to be involved with the program.
Out of the timeout, Madison Booker missing that shot, so a big hill for Iowa State to climb here with 3.5 minutes to play.
Shea Holly all up in Emily Ryan's face.
Ryan keeping that dribble alive. Looking, can't finish.
And that's a great move by Emily Ryan. But because of the defense Shea Holly is playing on her, Emily Ryan is having to do a lot of work just to try to shake Shea Holly a little bit to create something for herself or her teammates.
Shaylee Gonzalez, the only player for Texas in double figures besides Madison Booker, gets that little dribble handoff. And then a foul on Texas. on Aaliyah Moore.
Texas foul, number 23, Aaliyah Moore.
And that's the 15th foul, so Iowa State, excuse me, will go to the free throw line for the bonus.
Taylor Jones back in the game, so it's good to see her back.
Emily Ryan at the line.
Now, she had limped off the floor earlier with a seemingly lower leg injury.
Correction.
So Emily Ryan tried to step up to the free throw line. I saw her do that. I'm like, I don't think she was the one that got fouled, but she tried. And Jalen Bristow steps in it. Yeah, Jalen Bristow's a 77% free throw shooter. She says, I got this.
Right? And you can't get anything by decant.
Both free throws made by Bristow, the 6'2" freshman. One of those 5 freshmen for Iowa State. You know, all over the country, transfers, COVID fifth-year players. There's a lot of experienced players in this country. And this Iowa State team is in the Big 12 final with 5 freshmen on their roster. I mean, it's been a tough day for them, but this is a team that's just going to get better and better. Emily Ryan's going to come back for her 5th year next year, but they have battled tough in this game.
Oh, absolutely. This Iowa State team is going to be really good in years to come.
And there's one of them right there. Crooks on the all Big 12 freshman team. Now with 23 points. Just a remarkable young woman. And you know, all of these young players for Iowa State have learned a big lesson here against the Texas pressure defense. But it's been all Texas. Not only have they played great defense, they've shot 7 of 11 from three-point range. They've shot 44% from the field. And Madison Booker has been everything. As she knocks that one off the backboard, she's got 26.
And that one was through traffic, off the glass.
Everything. Whistle and a timeout on the court. 1:20 remaining till a championship. Madison Booker closing in on a career high, 26 points on 12 of 22 from the field.
What can't she do? Hitting jumpers left, right, from free throw line, short corner, and her jumper so smooth, crafty with the basketball, scoring through contact. Madison Booker is the truth, y'all.
She is tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Phillips 66, and I will be shocked if she is not the most outstanding player of this tournament.
Yeah, I don't know how she couldn't be.
Crooks. Addie Brown, beautiful pass to set up Crooks. Unselfish play. You're going to see a lot more of those two players over the next 3 years. The way they have helped lead Iowa State to this championship final, but it has been Texas today with the dominating defense, the efficient offense to propel themselves to a Big 12 championship. More finishing things up for the Longhorns.
Yeah, Texas right now, the way they're playing, they could do some really good things in the tournament.
And a whistle and a quick substitution timeout to get some subs in the floor for Texas onto the floor, and a standing ovation for Madison Booker, Shaylee Gonzalez, and Shea Holly.
You know, we've talked a lot about Madison Booker this game, rightfully so, because that kid is phenomenal. But Shaylee Gonzalez and Shay Holly, the way they stepped up and made some big buckets for this team in the beginning of the game, but the defense that they played on the perimeter players of Iowa State, along with Booker, it was too much. The defense was just too much today.
Texas wins the last Big 12 championship that they will ever be a part of as they come out and dominate from start to finish and get the 70-53 victory over Iowa State.
You know, a perfect way to end. To your point, the last time they will play in the Big 12 tournament, and they absolutely left their mark on this conference, in this tournament, and Texas was just too good tonight.
Vic Schaefer shaking the hand of Emily Ryan. What a tough day for Emily Ryan as Shay Holly was all over her. Emily Ryan will come back for her 5th year because she says she loves this team. She loves the players she plays with, and they still have some NCAA tournament ahead of them. But it's the Texas Longhorns that get to celebrate tonight. They won the championship in 2022. They were runner-up to Iowa State last year, and they grabbed the crown back tonight.